Hi friends, welcome to the Scholar series of BFM. In this, we are covering the important objective questions, important theory, and various numericals. So follow the series completely. Okay, let's start. Okay, so first question: the credit arranged by the buyer, importer, from a bank or financial institution outside India to settle the payment of imports is called as. Now understand this question properly. The credit arranged by the buyer from a bank, okay, outside India. So buyer from a bank outside India means what? This buyer is from India. Understand this properly. These are important points, okay? This buyer is from India, buyer, okay? And now this buyer is arranging for credit from some bank in foreign, let's say USA, let's say Citibank, okay? Citibank. So this buyer is arranging for credit. So loan is given by Citibank to this buyer in India. This buyer contacts the Citibank and gets the loan. So this is called as what? Outside to pay the settlement of imports is called as what? Means this buyer has to pay for imports. For that he is getting a loan. The loan can be got through two ways. One through India or through outside. If he gets through India, then it's a simple loan. If he gets through foreign bank, then it's called as what? Buyer's credit, supplier's credit, trade credit, or ECB. Think over it, everyone. Answer it properly. After thinking properly, answer it. You'll get confused in two parts, I'll tell you. What are those? Okay, I'll give you the hint in this. Answer is between A and D. A and D. Now you think over it. Yeah, it is. Here, the answer is called as buyer's credit. Remember this. Buyer's credit it is called as. ECB is also a part, means buyer's credit is a part of ECB, external commercial borrowing. But external commercial borrowing is about $20 million and it is about 3 years. Any loan taken from other banks outside India, okay, within 3 years and within 20 million by this buyer or any person is termed under buyer's credit. Okay. What is supplier's credit? I'll come to that later when the question comes. Okay. Trade credit means what? This trade credit is a, here, understand the concept again. Here, trade credit consists of two parts. It consists of two parts. Okay. One is buyer's credit, BC, and second is supplier's credit. Okay. So the whole term is known as trade credit. So whenever the buyer arranges for this credit, it is known as buyer's credit specifically. Which of the following is not correct regarding Asian Currency Union settlements? ACU settlements. Now what are ACU? ACU are the 9 countries in Asia which have formed something called as ACU dollar. Now ACU dollar is not a separate dollar. It is the same dollar, but it is done as a netting effect. Means, for example, if India sells to, let's say Myanmar, okay, Myanmar, okay, Myanmar. If India sells to Myanmar, okay, and Myanmar also sells something to India. India sells to Myanmar and Myanmar sells to India, both. India sells, let's say, $100 and Myanmar sells, let's say, $40. So the difference is called as $60, which is positive for India. That is known as ACU dollar. That is reported to the USA. That is known as ACU dollar. So ACU dollar is not different. ACU dollar is a netting effect. Okay. So which of the following is not correct? Now we want not correct. Huh? There are 9 countries in ACU. The last country to join ACU is Myanmar with effect from 2010. Settlements takes place through ACU dollar or ACU euro. Separate dollar or euro account is required to be opened to distinguish the ACU. So which is this correct one? Again think. Yeah, it is. Which is the wrong one? Wrong one is this. The last country to join ACU is Myanmar. Myanmar with effect from 2010. Myanmar is not the last country. Okay, Myanmar has joined long back in 2003, 4 almost 2, 3, 4. At that time, remaining all are correct. There are 9 countries in ACU. Okay, settlement takes place through ACU dollar or ACU euro. Both of them are there. Separate dollar or euro account is to be maintained. So we need to have a separate ACU dollar account or ACU euro account with the banks which we deal in within these countries, these 9 countries. Okay. Now there are these 9 countries. I can tell you some names: India, Pakistan, Burma, then what? Myanmar, Nepal, Iran, 6, and there might be 3 more. Okay. So these all 9 countries form together the ACU unit. Okay. Export declaration form is not required to be submitted by the exporter if the value of the export consignment is. So EDF is not required to be submitted if the value of the export which is to be made is up to USD 1 lakh, up to USD 50,000, up to USD 25,000, and up to USD 10,000. Think over it now, everyone. Yeah, the answer is yes, everyone. 25,000, right? USD 25,000. So EDF is not required to be submitted if the value of the exports is up to USD 25,000. Okay. Everyone subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel right now, because in this channel you will be getting the latest updates of from IIBF. Number one, number two, free YouTube series on all the subjects of your JIB and CIB plus other bank promotion exams. So click on that bell icon, subscribe to it immediately. Okay. Form ETX is used by. So ETX, where is it used? AD when they extend the time period of pre-shipment loans. AD when the post-shipment loan is written off. Exporter while seeking the extension of time for realization of export bill. Exporter for seeking extension of time for extending the period of pre-shipment loan. Now, what can be the answer of this? When they extend the time period of pre-shipment loans, or written off, or extension of time for export bill, or pre-shipment loan. Think over it. How many of you have started the studies? Tell me. Sincerely tell me. How many of you have started the studies? Type in the comment section if you have started the studies. Give me the answers also in the comments only. If you have started the studies, tell me. Have you started the studies? Everyone? Type yes. Yeah. So the answer is over here. What is the answer? Think. Is it pre-shipment? Is it written off? Is it extension of time? Is it that pre-shipment loan, extension for pre-shipment loan? Think over it. This is a difficult one. That's why you'll have to think more. The answer is ETX form. See this. ETX full form is extension form. Extension. Actually, it should have been EXT, but they call it ETX. Extension. The extension is always received for realization of export bill. Whenever your export bill is not realized within the time. Now, what is the time period? It is generally, earlier it was 12 months. Now, because of that COVID, RBI started 15 months. Okay. So if your bill is not realized within 15 months, then you'll have to submit the ETX form to RBI through the AD, means through the bank. Okay. The credit directly extended by the overseas supplier to the of goods to the importer is called as. I told you I'll be discussing this supplies credit when the subject topic comes. Okay. So now think over it. What did I tell you? I'll be discussing the supplies credit when the topic comes. So now the topic has come. See this. What did we discuss earlier in buyer's credit? This was a buyer. Buyer was from India, right? Buyer. Buyer was from India. He arranged for the credit from USA. USA. Some bank he arranged. Bank. Okay. Bank. So bank gave him the loan. Okay. And then what did he do? By getting this loan, suppose loan was received from this bank in USA. So this loan is received by this buyer, and this buyer paid the supplier immediately. This buyer paid the supplier right now, immediately, today only. Okay, this was paid immediately. Okay. Now the difference between supplier's credit and buyer's credit is, here this bank is not giving the loan, so this is not there. Only this part is there. So here what will happen? This immediately will not be there. So this supplier will be supplying to this buyer with a credit period. Credit period means the supplier will be supplying for, let's say, 2 months, 3 months duration. Means I'll give you the goods now, you pay me after 2 months. So whenever any goods are sold on credit, on udhari, then that is called as what? Credit directly extended by the overseas supplier. So that is called as buyer, supplier, trade and ECB. Answer is simple. ECB, supplier's credit, right? Again, remember, buyers and suppliers are the part of trade credit only. Okay, remember this. Got it? Next one. No person in India can import or export unless she has obtained the following: import export code number from DGFT, authorization for DGFT from DGFT, authorization from RBI, import export code number from RBI. Now this is a simple JIB question. Okay, let me see how many of you can answer this. Got the answer? So it is import export code from DGFT. This IEC code is required by each and every person who wants to import or export in India or from India. Okay, compulsory. The supplier's credit extended by the overseas supplier for a period of more than 3 years is termed as. Again confusion in this. Here options are the same again. Buyer's credit, supplier's credit, trade credit and ECB, external commercial borrowings. What is it called as? Just now when I discussed a buyer's credit, I told you something. What was that? Think of it. Again, rewind this video. Go back. So, I told you that it is ECB, external commercial borrowing. Whenever any loan is beyond 3 years, it is called as ECB. See here, it's simple. Okay. Below 3 years, less than 3 years, and 3 years and above. What? 3 years over here. Okay. So it is ECB over here, ECB. And this is trade credit, trade. Now this trade credit is of two types, buyer's credit and supplier's credit. Okay, this is a basic classification between all these. So the answer over here is D, ECB, external commercial borrowing. Okay. The decrease in value, foreign value of the foreign exchange rate, which is done during the market due to the market forces, is called as what? So decrease in value of the this foreign exchange, which is done due to the market forces, is called as what? Think over it. What will be called as? Now look at the options: appreciation, depreciation, devaluation, and revaluation. Quite simple to answer. Think over it. Think over it. What is the answer? Got it? You'll get confused over here. Decrease in value. Decrease in value means it is either depreciation or devaluation. Either depreciation or devaluation. Now the confusion is between these two only. Is it depreciation or is it devaluation? Now look at this. Foreign exchange due to the market forces. Market forces. Okay. Now this is a trick. This will separate this depreciation from devaluation. So think about this. I'll explain this. I'll give you the explanation also. Not to worry. It is, see here, whenever market forces do anything, it is called as depreciation. Market forces. Okay, I'll mark this over here. Market forces. And devaluation is done when? Then I think so. There's a next question. Let's see. Is it there? Let me see if the question is there. No. So now I'll answer here only. Okay. So if it is done due to the government pressure, government interference, okay, if it is done by the government, in that case it is called as devaluation. Market forces, it is called as appreciation and depreciation. If the price increases, then it's appreciation. If it decreases, then it's depreciation. Okay, got it? Simple. Next one. Which of the following is not the correct value of the domestic currency? Not the correct value. Okay, which of the following is not the correct value? Correct in value, not value. Correct in value of the domestic currency. Devaluation is done by the government. Just now I told you. Revaluation is done by the market fluctuations. Appreciation is caused by the change in demand and supply, and none of the above. Not correct. Think over it, think over it again. Okay. What do you mean by not correct? Not correct. Okay. Devaluation is done by the government. Okay. So is this correct? What did I tell you just now? Appreciation, depreciation is done by the market forces. Devaluation and revaluation is done by the government. So this is correct. So this is true. But I want false. So this is not the right answer for me. Revaluation is done by the market fluctuations. This is the catch. Okay. So this is false. Right. Appreciation is caused due to the change in the demand and supply. So demand and supply, that is appreciation, depreciation. So that is true. So we want not correct. Not correct is this. B is the answer. Revaluation and devaluation are done by the government. They are not done by the market forces. Okay. Market forces do appreciation and depreciation. Okay. Again, everyone, subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. Also, download this Adda 24/7 app on your mobile. Both the things you should do it now. Okay. Which of the following is correct? Devaluation in value of the domestic currency is caused due to the fluctuations in the demand and supply. Devaluation in the value of the domestic currency is done intentionally by the government. Appreciation is done intentionally by the government. Both A and B. Yeah. What do you think? I'm watching you. What should be the answer? Think over it. In the comment section. Give it in the comment section, everyone. Yeah. What is the answer? Yes, everyone. Devaluation in the value of the domestic currency is caused because of fluctuations. Devaluation is done by the government. Revaluation is done by the government. So this is false, right? So this is false. Devaluation in the value of the domestic currency is done intentionally by the government. Done. True. So one, I got it true over here. Appreciation is done intentionally by the government. Appreciation is done by the market forces. So this is false. Both A and B, that is obviously false. Okay, so the answer is B, only B. Okay, which of the following is correct? Only B. Only B is correct. Got it, everyone? We are covering important theory questions, objective questions, and some numericals. So let's start without wasting the time. This is not numerical. Numerical means it's a case study actually. The same case study you get it in the exam. Similar, exactly the same many times. So in on one, sure, it is from your textbook only. Huh? So don't worry, it is not out of your textbook. So there are more chances of these case studies coming in your exam. On 1 June, customer requests to book a forward contract for retirement of import bill for USD 1 lakh due for payment on 15th September. Given the spot USD INR rates as 75.2729, forward premium as given as spot for June is 10 to 12, spot for July is 21 to 23, spot for August is 30 to 34, spot for September is 43 45.
and August to 15 September it is 6.7. So charge the margin of 0.2% on the spot rate. So how to solve this numerical? Such a big numerical. This numerical will be for 5 marks. They'll ask you various questions in this. Very numerous questions. There can be many questions which can be asked from this. But once you are clear in the concept, you can definitely solve all the questions. So firstly, what is the forward contract? Okay, forward contract means immediately remember it must strike your mind that whenever we say forward contract, I'll mark this line over here because my video is over here, right? So whenever I say forward contract, it means forward contract. It means I'll have to use the forward rates, bill rates. Remember this, bill rates. Okay, this is something you must always remember. Whenever I'm talking of forward contracts, I'll have to use bill rates. Okay, whenever I'm talking of spot transactions, I'll have to use TT rates. Here, I'll give you the classification over here. Spot transaction, you'll have to use the TT rates. Okay, now if I'm talking of import transaction, import, okay, import, then I'll have to use which rate? I'll have to use sell rate, sell. If I'm talking of export transaction, export, I'll have to use buy, okay, buy rate. Always remember, only in case of crystallization it's reverse because crystallization is actually the reverse case. But don't worry about crystallization in this case study now. So import we are talking of sell, export we are talking of buy, forward we are talking of bill rates, spot we are talking of TT. Okay. Now I'll ask the questions also to you. Not only I'll answer, but I'll ask the questions also. Now based on this, tell me this contract, what is given about this contract over here? On 1 June, the customer books a forward contract for retirement of import bill. Retirement of import bill means what? The customer has to pay that import bill, pay to that customer. And that payment is to be done when? On 15th September. So this customer has come to you when? This customer has come to you on, okay, let me draw it on the other page, let me see. But before going ahead, everyone subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. In this channel, remember, you will be getting the latest updates from IIBF on JIB and CIB. Updates means they give various notifications. This subject change, that subject change, this portion change, this timing change, this venue change, all these. So these are immediately updated on this channel. Number one. Number two, what you will be getting is very importantly. So yeah, you will be getting the free YouTube series on all the subjects, free YT series, okay, of CIB as well as JIB. So join it immediately and whatever is free, grab it fast. Click on the bell icon, click on the like button, okay, share it with your friends, okay. Chalo, let's start this numerical. See, it is, what is the numerical actually? See this, I'll draw it over here. Firstly, let me draw a line over here. Otherwise, what happens? It goes behind my video, okay, here, okay, now, yeah. So this is what June 1, June 1, June 1. Now the customer has come to you for booking the contract for what? September 15th, isn't it? Look at the date. September 15th due date. So September 15th means you'll have to book this September 15th over here. Let's mark it September 15th over here. So this customer will have to pay to this his buyer, his seller on September 15th. He is booking the contract today. Okay, so I'll have to book for this gap. This is known as a forward transaction. Okay, now September 15th will come in between what? September 1 and September 30th. So September 1 and September 30th. So everyone amongst you will think now we'll be doing this buy low sell high rate over here, but we won't be doing it over here. No buy low sell high over here. Remember, those who are thinking, those who have learned something, buy low sell high maximum, and they are using it, don't use it. Okay, why don't use it? Because the reason is the rates are already given over here. Look at this. If you look at the forward rates, it is given, this last rate is August to 15th September. So exact rate is available for 15th September. So when exact rate is available, you need not do buy low sell high. Buy low sell high is done when the rates are available of September 1 and September 30th. but you don't know the exact rate of September 15. Then we'll do buy low sell high. But here we don't, we have the exact rate of September 15. It's already given. So now get the forward rates of this forward rate we want, exact forward rate we want it now. This one. How to get this? Start from June. Okay, whatever we have, start from the basic. What is the June rate we are having? June spot is given as 75.2729. Now I'll ask you the question. Okay, is it 75.27 or 75.29? What will I take? 75.27 or 29? What will I take, everyone? Should I take 27 or 29? It is import transaction. Fast, fast, fast. Let me see in the comment section. We don't have time. It is 75.29. Import. Import means sell. So if sell means right side, 75.29. Okay, this is the rate I'll be taking. Okay, now I want September 1. What is the September 1 forward rate? Are you having it? See, the spot is given for June. Now, whenever I say June, it means June end. Remember this. Whenever I say July, it's end. August, August end. Okay, September, September end. Okay, so this my transaction is on September 15th. So I can't use this September end rate. I'll have to use the August end rates here. September, August end equals to here. August end, it's equal to September 1, September start. Okay, this is like the closing cash and opening cash of your bank. What is the closing cash for yesterday is the same as the opening cash for today, isn't it? Volt cash. So same logic is used over here. So August end equals to September start. So I want it for September 1 now. So that will be August end rate. So I'll be taking 32, 34. Which one will I take? 32 or 34? Should I take 32 or 34? I'll take 34, right? So now tell me, this is 34, okay? Now tell me whether the currency is in premium or discount over here. Everyone, type in the comment section. 10, 12, 21, 23, 32, 34. So is the currency in premium or is it in discount? What do you say? It's in premium. Remember, when your right side is higher, right side is big, okay, in forward transactions, the currency is in premium. Always remember this, premium. When your right side is big. So vice versa is also true. When right side is small, it is in discount. And whenever we have premium, we'll have to add the forward points. Always add. Okay. So now it is in premium. I'll have to add it. But see this, 34 I'll do it. I'll take this 34 now. Oh, over here. I'll take this 34. So what is my rate now? 75.29 plus 0.34. Take this point. Huh? So what is the answer now? 75.29 plus 0.34. So what is the answer you're getting? It is 75 point what? 75.6 and 3. 75.63, right? Add this. How many of you have got this? 29 plus 34. 33, 43, 53, 63. Isn't it? This is one. But I want it for September 15th now. So what will I do? I'm having this rate up to September 1. I'll take the forward points for September 15th now. What are the forward points given? 6 and 7. Okay, this one, 6 and 7. Seeing this? 6 and 7. So what will you take now? 6 or 7? Everyone type in the comment section. You will take 6 or 7. I'll take 7 because sale. But I won't take only 7. It is 0.7. 0.07 because we require after 0.2 digits. So 0.07. So what is this now? Again, premium or discount? Premium. So I'll add this. So it will be 75.63 plus 0.07. So 75.70. This will be my rate for September 15. Exact rate for selling. Okay. Selling. But is this a final answer? No, this is not the final answer. Why? Because I have to charge this margin also, TT margin. Where is it mentioned? We have not mentioned anything about the TT margin. So what is the TT margin then? Say this, TT margin is always taken like this. Whatever rate you get, 75.70 into what is that? 0.2%? What is it given? 0.2%, right? So 0.2 upon 100. 0.2 upon 100. So what is the answer you're getting? Try it on the calci, everyone. Everyone should be able to do this now. Fast. Everyone should be able to do this. Fast. Try it on the calci. What is the answer you are getting? Everyone? Yeah? Let me also try along with you. So 75.7 into 0.20. So 0.02 you can write it, or you can divide it by 100 later. So it is, what is the answer you are getting? You are getting 0.1514, right? This is the answer you might be getting, right? 002. So 0.002 into this. So 0.1514 you are getting. Are you getting this? Everyone type yes in the comment section if you are getting it. Are you getting the same answer? Okay. Chalo, move on. So this is a my margin. So what to do with this margin? Remember, whenever you are selling, you'll always add the margin, TT margin, huh? And whenever you are buying, you'll always subtract the margin. Okay. So now what am I doing? What am I doing? I am doing the import transaction, means selling. So I'll add this. So what will be my final rate now? 75.70 in plus 0.1514. So what is the answer you are getting? Add it. So let me see the answer from your side. It is 75.7 plus 0.1514. Everyone tried 75.85. 75.8514. This is the exact answer you will be getting. And this is your final answer. Okay. But what do you mean by this rate? What has happened actually? In this whole transaction, you have got the rate. But what has happened? This much amount you'll be debiting it to the customer. See this 75.85, because $1 lakh are to be given. So what amount will you be debiting to that customer? So 75.8514 into 1 lakh. $1 lakh, right? 1 lakh. So whatever that amount is. So it is around 75 lakhs, right? That much will be the amount, isn't it? Yeah, into $1 lakh. So multiply this. So you'll get something 75.8514 lakhs. This much amount you will be debiting to the customer and then passing on the $1 lakh to the next party in foreign. Okay. So this was the actual case study. In exam, how will they ask you? They'll ask you various questions. They'll ask you, okay, what is the spot rate for June to be taken? Okay, what is the September 1 for this forward rate? What is the September 15th forward rate? Will you be using buy low sell high in this exam, in this question? So these all questions will be asked to you and you must be prepared for that. For that, you must have studied this case study. Okay. Before going ahead, everyone download Adda 24/7 app on your mobile. In this app, you'll be getting the premium study material plus live classes, ebooks, tests, everything you'll be getting. Okay. Whatever we need for clearing JIB and CIB, we get it over here. So that's why everyone download this app immediately and start studying. Okay. Second numerical. Now this is not a simple one, a confusing one, but let's see how many of you can answer this. A forward purchase contract USD 5 lakhs booked 2 months back at 75.25 is due for delivery 2 days later. The customer is informed by the drawee of the bill that the payment will be delayed by 1 month. Now this much is your case study. See here, there is a contract which was booked. Okay, 2 months back means I'll write it over here. See this. 2 months back, there was a contract which was booked for due for tomorrow. Means here, let's say tomorrow. Okay, here it is tomorrow. So 2 months back. What is this month now? Let's consider anything. This is September. Okay. So gone August and July. So July. Let's say the contract was booked. It is due in September. This tomorrow's date. Let's say. But what has happened is customer is told now by his buyer. See here, forward purchase contract. This is a purchase. Purchase means it's an export transaction. Always remember. Purchase is always export. So this buyer has told, buyer means what? The buyer of your customer. That buyer was going to pay the customer on September. But this buyer has said that no, I won't be able to pay you now. I'll be able to pay you after 1 month. So I'll be able to pay you in October. Now what have you to do? In this case, what have you to do? This contract was already here. This is contract number 1. So this contract number 1 was booked over here. Okay. So if it is booked, it has to be nullified over here, cancelled over here, cancelled. Here, the rule is very simple. Whatever is booked has to be cancelled, or either it has to be paid or it has to be cancelled. So if it has to be cancelled, it's like the same rule. जिसको आना है वो जाएगा, right? Simple rule. The one which rises will always fall. The one which is booked will always be cancelled or paid. It will be equated. Okay. So this is to be cancelled. But remember, if it is to be cancelled, it doesn't mean because the payment is to be received in October. Is the payment received up till now? No. Payment is not received. So what will I have to do as a banker? This now the role of the banker comes in. The banker will have to cancel transaction number 1 and will have to book a new contract. Book new contract for October, this 1 month. Because up to the time payment is not received, the transaction is not over. Okay. So the bank will have to do 2 transactions over here. One is cancelling the older one and booking the new one. Okay. Now let's look at it. So rate of booking of the original contract is means when it was booked in July. At what rate was it booked? TT buying rate. Okay, let's consider this ABCD. A, B, C and D. So now when the contract was booked in July, at what rate was the contract booked? TT buying, TT selling, bill buying or bill selling? What do you think? Purchase contract. Purchase means what? It will be buying. Okay. Purchase means buying. Buy. So if it is buy, then what? Now the answer is only two. Two are remaining. Either TT buying or bill buying. So which one? Just now I told you in the first numerical. Whenever you are booking a forward contract, you will always use which rate? Bill rate or TT rate? Just now, just go to the part of that video again. You will be taking bill rate. So the answer will be bill buying. So the original contract was booked at bill buying rate. Remember this. This bill buying rate is 75.25. Okay. Second question. Rate of cancelling the original contract is what? TT buying, TT selling, bill buying, bill selling. So cancelling, this cancellation means this. Cancelling transaction number 1, this one. This is to be cancelled when? It is due when? Tomorrow. Tomorrow means spot. Always remember, this is spot. So here I'll have to first use spot. Spot means what? Whenever we are doing a spot transaction, which is to be rate is to be used. Again, first problem. Just now I gave you. Spot you have to use in the comment section. Let me see. Spot you have to use TT rate or bill rate. Okay, I'll give you options. TT or bill. So which rate will you use? TT or bill? TT rate, correct? So TT is okay. So now these two are out. TT is only in. TT buying or TT selling. Now I'm cancelling the contract. So if the contract was booked at what rate? It was booked at the buying rate, right? So originally it was booked at buying rate. So cancellation will be done at what rate then? Will it be buying or selling? So if I do something at buying, I'll have to cancel that using selling, right? So I'll be using bill, this TT selling rate, right? So the answer will be TT selling rate over here. Okay, cancelling is always done at the reverse rate of the booking. Okay. Then you'll say, why not bill booking, bill selling then? But because bill selling is not used. Bill is used whenever you are doing some future dated transactions. Here I am cancelling tomorrow itself. So it is a spot transaction. So TT, isn't it? A rate of booking the new contract for next 1 month. So next contract will be booked at what rate? TT buying, TT selling, bill buying, bill selling. Who can give the answer? New contract for 1 month now. Simple logic. You have the answer only here itself only. You have the answer here. Let me see the simple logic you can give. See here, contract number 2 which is booked is same as contract number 1. Because there also I had booked it for purchase. Again I'll have to book it for purchase because same thing is repeated. This full whatever had happened in July is repeated on over here now. Same thing is repeated. So if it is repeated, then the rates will also be repeated. So it will be again bill buying rate. So I'll be using bill buying rate. But the rates will be different. Of course, not the same rate, but the logic is same. I'll be using the bill buying rate only again. Okay, new contract. Of course, the rates will be for today, whatever the rates are.
Here we are covering important theory questions, objective questions, and some numericals. So let's start without wasting the time.
Your foreign correspondent bank is maintaining a Nostro rupee account with your bank. It wants to fund his account by purchase of rupees 30 million against USD. Assuming the USD INR interbank rate as 75.2552650, what would be the rate quoted to the correspondent, ignoring the exchange margin? Calculate the amount of USD you would receive in your USD Nostro account if the deal is struck. Now look at this. This question has almost 3 to 4 various questions. 3 to 4. Okay, what are the various questions here? Firstly, understand the numerical, what it is. Your foreign correspondent is maintaining the Nostro rupee account with your bank. So let's say this is Citibank. Okay, Citibank USA. So this Citibank USA is maintaining a Nostro account with your bank. Let's say you are SBI. Okay. So Citibank is maintaining a Nostro account with your bank. Now type in the comment section, what will this account be called as in the books of Citibank? Means Citibank will call this account as what? Nostro or Vostro. Type that. Citibank will call this account because Citibank is maintaining a rupee account with SBI. Here it will maintain the rupee account only with the SBI. So this rupee account maintained by Citibank with SBI will be called as what? In the books of Citibank. Everyone fast. It will be called as? Yes. In the books of Citibank, I am asking. In the books of Citibank. So it will be called as Nostro. In books of Citibank, it will be called as Nostro account. And the same account in the books of SBI will be called as what? The same account in the books of SBI means here Citibank is maintaining account with SBI. So it is your account with us. So that account will be called as what? This will be called as Vostro in case of SBI. Remember, Nostro and Vostro are not different accounts. They are same accounts. Okay, same account. Only from whose angle are we looking at it? That's important. So here Citibank this will call this account as Nostro and SBI will call this account as Vostro. That's why it said correspondent bank is maintaining Nostro rupee account with your bank. So you are calling this as Vostro. Now it wants to fund his account by purchase of rupees 30 million. Understand this properly. Purchase of rupees 30 million means what? Rupees is purchased. So what is going to Citibank here? Whenever you purchase a vegetable. So purchase of vegetable means vegetable goes to you. Now who is purchasing it? Citibank is purchasing. So rupee will go to Citibank. Citibank wants the rupees. So if Citibank wants the rupees, what will Citibank have? See here, it's in USA. So it will have what? Dollar. It will have dollar over here, dollar. So Citibank will give dollar and receive rupee. Logic is clear? Citibank will receive rupee and give dollar. Got it? Clear? Now how much rupees does Citibank want? Citibank wants 30 million. 30 million. Okay? Here Citibank is requiring 30 million over here. Got it? What is 30 million? Understand that also. Million. What is 1 million here? US system is very simple. I'll tell you. Thousands. They have simple rule. 1,000. Then what? Million. Then what? Billion. Then what? Trillion. And then last one is zillion. But forget this zillion. So 1,000 means 3 zeros. 3 0. I'll just write it zeros over here. How many zeros? Okay. So zeros 3. Million means 6 zeros. Billion means 9 zeros. And trillion means 12 zeros. And zillion means 15 zeros. Okay. So you generally require up to this only. What? Billion only. This. Okay. So when I say 30 million, it means what? 6 zeros. So 30, 30 and 6 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So in Indian method, we'll be calling it this, and this. Okay, it will be called as what? Lakh, 10 lakh, 3 crore. Yeah, 30 million. No, yeah, correct. 3 crore. So rupees 3 crores. Now understand this. What are you doing? See here, 30 rupees, 30 million is going out. So dollar is coming in. So if dollars are coming in, what will we do? Will we buy or sell? Now look at this important part. Whenever dollars come in, everyone understand this, huh? Whenever dollars, have I written it here? No. I'll just draw a line over here because my video is up to this part, right? So whenever dollars come in, whenever they come in, okay, in. So we'll always use the buy rate, buy. Okay. What is the buy rate? Now look at this rate. 75.2550 2650. So always remember, whenever you write the rate, whenever you take this right side, that is always known as the sell rate, and this side is always known as the buy rate. Okay. So here we'll be using the buy rate. Why? Because dollars are coming in. Now what is the rate given? The rate given is this 75.2550. We'll take it now, right? 2550. So now what do I want? Look at this very properly now. Very important part. Huh? So $1 equals to rupees 75.2550. This is the rate. So $1 equals to rupees 75.2550. Now what do you want? What do you have actually? You have rupees or dollars now. You have this rupees, 30 million. So rupees, I'll just write 30 million below the rupees. So 30 million over here. Okay, I'll just write M over here now. Million means 6 zeros. Understand this. Now what do I want then? What do I want? I want this rate. Dollar I want. What are the two questions? See this. The main two questions are calculate the rate. What rate would be quoted to this customer? Ignoring exchange margin. So there is no exchange margin over there. So that's why whatever rate has come, you will directly give him. What is the rate to be given to that customer? The rate to be given to that customer is this 75.2550. This is the rate which will be quoted to the customer because we don't have the margin. Whenever you deal with the margins also, then what you have to do, you have to either add or subtract the margin. If you do the sale transaction, you'll have to add the margin. If you do the buy transaction, you'll have to subtract the margin. But now, no margin is given. So no margin, I'll write it over here. No margin. No margin means what? Whatever rate is given, take that only. So this rate only I'll take now. Clear everyone? Type yes in the comment section if it is okay up till now. I'll take some water now. So is it okay now? Up to this part? Type in the comment section. Okay. Done? Chal. Now next. So what do I do now? 30 million. I want dollars. How do I do? Cross multiply this. So what will I do? 30 million divided by this rate 75.2550. 75.2550. This is the only rate now. Otherwise what happens? We'll go ahead. 75.2550. Correct. Okay. So 75.2550. 30 million upon 75.2550. So do it now. Everyone do it in the comment section. I want the answer. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 6 zeros, right? Upon 75.2550. Now give me the answer. Everyone. Give me the answer. Everyone in the comment section. I'll also try by that time. 33. 1, 2, 3. 30 million divided by 75.2550. What is the answer you are getting? Let me see from your side. I've got the answer. What is the answer you are getting? Everyone. Fast in the comment section. Let me see. Yeah. In the comment section. Yes. 398,644. Correct. 398,644. Okay, 0.6. So this is what currency, dollar or rupee? This is dollar. Okay, this will be dollars. So dollar 398,644. This much dollar will be getting. See here, the question is over here. Calculate the amount of USD you will receive because dollars will be coming in. So you will receive these dollars. Okay. So you will be getting these many dollars. 398,644. And the rate quoted to this customer is this 75.2550. These are the two answers. Okay. In exam, they might ask you various questions on this. They'll ask you this question also. Whether this account is called as Nostro or Vostro. They'll ask you various questions on this. Means they'll be asking you 30 million means this exchange margin if it is subtracted. Means if there is an exchange margin, then what do we do for buy for sale? They can ask you various questions on this. Okay. So that's why, is this numerical clear to everyone? Is this numerical concept and the logic plus the calculations clear to everyone? Type yes in the comment section. Okay. I will move to the next one. Before going ahead, subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. In this channel, you will be getting the latest updates from IIBF on JIB and CIB. Number one means IIBF gives various notifications, various change in subject, change in timing, change in venue, change in this, that, many things. So all are immediately updated over here. Okay. Secondly, you get the free YouTube series. What is the free YouTube series? Right now you are watching the same free YouTube series, Sankalpa series. So similarly, you get it on all the subjects, all. So that's why subscribe to it right now. Click on the bell icon, share it with your friends, click on the like button. Okay. Move on. Messrs. BCD wants to remit JPY 100 million by TT value spot as payment of an import invoice. Given if USD INR rates are 75.2500, 2600 and USD JPY rate as 116.5060, margin of 0.15% is to be loaded on the exchange rate. Calculate the rate to be quoted and the rupee amount to be debited to the account of Messrs. BCD. Now understand the problem correctly. What the problem is. There is some customer called as BCD. Okay. BCD. This customer wants to remit JPY. Remit means what? This is BCD. This BCD wants to send JPY outside. Send. So JPY is going outside. JPY is written is like this. Yen. Okay. So we'll be writing only Y now. Okay. Because all these things difficult. Okay. So JPY is written as like this. So BCD wants to send JPY. How many? So 100 million. 100 million. These many JPY this guy wants to send. Now if this BCD wants to send it, how will that person send it? That person will send it through your bank only. How will that person send it through your bank? The person will approach your bank and you will debit that customer's account. So look at this. If yen are to be sent out, does that customer have yen? No. That customer has rupees. That customer is having an account with you in rupees, right? Rupees account is there with you. P. With let's say SBI again. Let's say you are in SBI. Okay. So this customer is having the account in rupees with you. Okay. So what will you do? This customer wants to send this JPY over there. So you will SBI. You will send JPY over here. You will send it yen. Right. But when you send yen to someone else on behalf of this customer, you will debit this BCD customer, right? You will be debiting this customer by rupees. By what amount? You will debit rupees to this customer. By what amount? That is the only question. So how will you do it? See here, firstly understand JPY has to be sent out. So remit means you are using the buy rate or sell rate. Tell me first. Buy or sell? Buy or sell rate? Everyone. It's a outside dollars or other currencies going out. Whenever other currency is going out, we will always be using sale rate. So here we are using sale rate, right? Here we are using sale rate. Got it? Sale rate we are using. So what is the sale rate now? Look at this. Import. Here, it's a import invoice. So import means always dollars or other currencies going out. Okay. So what is the sale rate now? See here, look at the sale rate. 75 point. Should I take 25 or 26? Everyone over here. Should I take 25 or 26? I'll be taking what? 26, correct? I'll be taking 26 here. Now what am I doing over here? Look at this. I want JPY, I want to send JPY. So I want the rate of JPY to rupees. So always, what do I want? JPY to rupees. This is the rate I want. But do I have JPY to rupees rate? Look at this. USD to INR I am having. USD to JPY I am having. But I am not having JPY to rupees. So how will I do it? So the JPY to rupees will be using the chain rule now. Chain rule remembers everyone. Chain rule, you had it in your JIB also. You remember this chain rule? Chain rule means what? Here, JPY to rupee I want. So what will I do? I'll bring in a currency in between. JPY to dollar into dollar to rupee. See this, dollar can get cancelled. So again it becomes JPY to rupee, same, right? So here I am bringing in dollar in between. Now do I have these rates? Check this. Let's check this. What am I having? This dollar to rupee. Look at this. Dollar to rupee. This I am having it. Why? USD to INR. See this. USD to INR. Dollar to rupee. I am having this. So this is what rate? 75 point. Give me 75.26 sale rate, right? Because I am selling it. Do I have JPY to dollar? Check this. I am having dollar to JPY. But I want what? JPY to dollar. So what will I do now? It's reverse, right? So what will I do? First thing which will I do is, I'll first take what? Let me first draw this line here. Otherwise what happens? It goes behind me. So what will I do? I'll have dollar to J. I'm having what rate? Let me see. We are having dollar to JPY. So what is the dollar to JPY rate which I am having? Dollar to J, I'll write it. Dollar to JPY rate is what? Which I am having it. 116.50 or 60? Everyone. 50 or 60? 116.50 or 60? What is it I am having? What should I take? I'll take 116.60 sale rate I want. Sale. Okay. So if dollar to JPY I am having, and what do I want? I want JPY to dollar. See, this is what I am requiring. So if I reverse this, what is the rate I'll be getting? So JPY to dollar will be, I'll reverse this also. So whenever nothing is below, it means it's 1. So I'll be using 1 upon 116.60. Right? So JPY to dollar is 1 upon 116.60. Now what do I want? I want JPY to INR. So both the rates I've got now. So now my JPY to INR rate will be, look at this. JPY to INR rate will be, what was that? JPY to dollar into dollar to rupees, right? Dollar to rupees, right? This is the rate, just now we saw it. So JPY to dollar rate is what? Equals to 1 upon, look at this, 116.60 into this dollar to rupee. Now dollar to rupee, just now we got it, 75.26, this one. Okay. So 75.26, do it. 75.26. So give the answer. Bring it in points, okay? 75.26 divided by 116.60. Divide it, everyone. Everyone, yeah? So I'm getting it as 0.645, right? 0.645. So 1 JPY. So what is this rate? JPY to INR, right? This is what I want. So what rate will you be quoting to that customer? Calculate the rate. Now, but see here, there is a margin also involved over here. And I'm doing an import sale transaction. So for sale, what do we do? Margin. Firstly, what is the margin rate? Margin equals to, what is the margin given? 0.15%? Yeah. 0.15% of this rate, of this 0.645. So what is the answer? Do this. 0.645 into 0.0015. 15% means 0.0015, right? So it is it's very less, isn't it? 0.00009 something, right? 96, very less. Okay. So what do I do with this margin? I'll add this or subtract this. I'm selling, right? Selling. So whenever I'm selling, I'll add this. So what is my rate now? So rate equals to 645 plus 0.00096. So give this rate, add this, it becomes what? 0.645, very smaller rate, okay, this much. This is my final rate. So what is the question asked? What rate? Calculate the rate to be quoted. So this is one question, rate to be quoted. And second is rupee amount to be debited. What is the rupee amount? So what is the rate over here? This is JPY to INR. So 1 JPY equals to what? 0.64596 INR. But what do I want? Do I want INR or JPY? I want what? 100 million JPY. So I want 100 million over here. 100 million JPY. So I'll write this below JPY. Now what is the question mark? Question mark is over here. So what will I do? I'll cross multiply. So how many rupees will I be debiting to that customer? Rupees equals to 100 million into 0.64596. Multiply this. Whatever. This will be around. Okay, let's do it here. It's very difficult. I mean, these calculations. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right? Into this. Whatever this same rate over here. What is the rate over now? Now, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remove 5 zeros from here. So it will be 6. What this 100 million into this? So it will be 64596 and then 3 zeros from here, right? 3 zeros. 1, 2, 3. Yes, 1, 2. So it will be 64 million. This much amount I'll be debiting to this customer in rupees. So this is the amount debited to the customer. If they ask you in million, it will be rupees 64.59 million. This much amount I'll be debiting it to the customer. Okay. Difficult one. Not that simple case study. Case study is very difficult.
Important numericals are covered over here and very important objective questions are covered over here. So watch the series till the end. Let's start. First one. Read this. To calculate the VAR, value at risk, there are following approaches. Firstly, before going to the question, what is VAR? What is VAR? Value at risk means VAR. Look at this, VAR. What do you mean by this in simple terms? Okay, I'll give you a simple example. Suppose if I have invested in, let's say, a Reliance share. Reliance. Imagine, let's say the price of Reliance is right now at, let's say 3000. Okay. Now what is my VAR? Is my VAR complete? Value at risk means what is my amount at risk? Is my amount at risk complete 3000? No. Suppose if this is the price of Reliance 3000, okay, and this Reliance share is fluctuating per day, per week, depending on my this tenure or my period. Suppose in a week or let's say in a month. In a month, let's say Reliance is fluctuating 5%. Okay, so 5% here and 5% there. So it will be what 5%? It will be 1500 over here and 1500 over there. We are 5%. 5% into 3000. Okay, so it will be 1500 over here. It is 1500. So this is 1500. Okay, and this is 1500. This. Okay, 1500. So if it is fluctuating 1500 on both the sides in one month, let's say, then my VAR becomes what? My VAR becomes the total of this. The total is 3000. Okay, sorry, 3,300. Sorry, yeah, it becomes 300, right? Because the price was 3000. I took it for 30,000. Okay, so my this will be 3,300. Okay, so 150 over here, 150 over here. So it will become 300. So my VAR becomes 300. So got it? What is VAR? The fluctuation which is happening in that stock is known as VAR. Now this example I gave you for Reliance, a stock. It can be a commodity, it can be a dollar, it can be a gold, anything. Okay. So to calculate the VAR, there are the following approaches. Correlation method, also called as variance or covariance matrix method. Historical simulation method, Monte Carlo simulation method, and Macaulay's duration. So the options are 1 to 4 all, B is 1 to 3 only, C is 2 and 3 only, and D is 1 and 4 or only 1 and 4. This is not 1 to 4. Okay. So what is the right option over here? Search in the Google. Have you read it? Anyone has read this? How to calculate the VAR? It's there in your module B. Okay, module B of your this BFM. So how to calculate? What is the method used? Everyone, let me see. What is the method used? It is 1 to 3 only. See here, it's not, Macaulay's duration is not used to calculate the value at risk. Macaulay's duration is used, Macaulay's duration is used to calculate that. What is Macaulay's duration? Macaulay's duration is that period of the bond in which the interest rate risk is zeroized. Interest rate risk equals to 0. Okay, that is the Macaulay's duration. Okay, to calculate the value at risk, the various approaches are based on the following basic parameters. So to calculate the VAR, what are the approaches that are based on the following parameters? So means all these approaches, or the three approaches which we saw over here. Okay, so they are based on what parameters? Holding period, historical time horizon, holding period, confidence interval, comma. Okay, historical time horizon and confidence interval, holding period, historical time horizon and confidence interval, all the three. So what is the option? Correct option A, B, C or D? What do you say, guys? Think over it. Think of the answer. Think of the answer, everyone. Yeah. Is it 2, B or C? Is it B or C? See here, the correct answer over here is, okay, before that, before giving the correct answer, let me explain you. Value at risk. Okay. What are the parameters? So what do you mean by this word holding period? Holding period means for what time am I going to hold that bond? Means am I going to hold that bond for 2 years, 3 years, 1 year? Okay, so holding period is time. Time equals to holding period. Okay, so equals to holding, right? Second is what? Historical time horizon. Okay, let's look at this. What is historical time horizon? Historical time horizon means what is the duration for back testing I am considering. See, this back testing is an important parameter in your BFM. That's why I said join the batches as a back testing. Okay, because here everything is not able, I won't be able to explain everything. Back testing. Okay, so historical time horizon relates to that. Okay, Historical. I'll just write the short form over here. Historical. Oh, only historical. TH I'll write, time horizon. Okay. Then confidence interval. What is confidence interval? See this confidence interval consists of three parts. Okay. In fact, there are three parts. One is confidence level, then there is a mean, and then there is a variance. Okay, the three parts over there. So depending on that, the value of your want changes. The confidence intervals are, you might have heard of these three confidence levels, intervals or levels also you can call it. 68, 68%, 95% and 99.7%. Okay, so these three are the important parameters while calculating the value at risk. So what is the correct answer then? So the correct answer over here is D. Okay. The dash method for calculation of value at risk is deterministic approach. Dash method, see this, is a deterministic approach. Correlation method, historical simulation, Monte Carlo simulation, and all of the above. Think over it. Deterministic, firstly, what is deterministic? Deterministic means what? Deterministic means what? Deterministic means there is a relationship between the two parameters. That's the meaning of the word deterministic. Relationship between the two parameters. Okay. And the relationship between two parameters is done in which method? You might have studied this in your APM. In which methods we have done, we use this between two parameters. Do we use it in historical simulation? Do we use it in Monte Carlo, or do we use it in correlation? Answer fast in the comment section, everyone. Comment section. Dash method for calculation of value at risk is deterministic approach. Let me think. You should think, not me, isn't it? Yeah. What is the correct answer? Okay, the answer over here is, I'll explain you all. The answer over here is correlation method. Always remember that deterministic means comparison between two parameters. You should be able to get the exact answer. Two parameters comparison. Comparison. Okay. And exact answer. These are the 2 points about this. Exact. Okay. Historical simulation and Monte Carlo simulation are scenario analysis. These are known as scenario analysis. Monte Carlo is for scenario analysis. This is scenario. And historical simulation is related to SEER. Again, it's a simulation only. So these are simulation methods, and this is also related to back testing. But this correlation method is a deterministic, means here exact answer you will be getting. So correct answer is A over here. The historical simulation approach in the market risk calculates the change in the value of the position using. So this historical simulation approach in the market risk calculates the change in the value of the position. Means, what do you mean by this? See, this historical means, what did I give you? I give you, what did I give you? Give you, not give you. Okay. What did I give you? The historical simulation approach in the market risk calculates the change in the value of the position using the actual historical movements of the underlying assets starting from the current value of the asset. Projected historical movements from the underlying assets starting from the current value of the assets. Actual historical movements of the underlying assets starting from the future value of the assets. Sample of randomly generated price scenarios. Very confusing. Okay. Everyone think over it. Very confusing. Yeah. Think over it. I'll just wait over here. See this. I'll give you a few hints over here. Actual historical movements. Actual historical movements. Second is projected historical movements. I'll give you the hint over here. Actual historical, projected historical. And depending on the current value. So these are on current value. Okay. Current value, current value. Third, C1 is actual historical movements depending on the starting from the future value. Now you think over it. And last one, okay. Sample of randomly generated try scenarios. Forget this. So the answer is between A and C. Think over it. A and C. What do you think should be the answer? Think over it logically also. Suppose if you don't know the answer, in exam it happens many times that you don't know the answer. So in that case, what will you do? First, you go on. You should go on the this elimination method. Elimination means randomly generated. First, eliminate that. Nothing is randomly generated in statistics. Then projected historical movements. Projected. How can the historical movements be projected? Historical movements are actual movements where we have seen the actual thing. You can't project history, right? So B is also gone. Now A and C, actual historical movements based on the current value and actual historical movement based on the future value. How can I start from the future value? I don't know the future. So the correct answer over here becomes A. Okay? It will become A. A is the answer. Okay? Next one. The Monte Carlo simulation method calculates the change in the value of the portfolio using Monte Carlo simulation. This Monte Carlo simulation, what is this Monte Carlo? Firstly, understand this. Okay, I'll give you in one line. Actually, it is a deep session which I do take in the paid classes, but in one line I'll give you. Monte Carlo simulation means what? Here, it's a refinement scenario. Refinement. Refinement means what? Refinement. This is known as refinement scenario. What is refinement scenario? It means that suppose if I do the session today, means if I do a meeting today or think of any scenario today, okay, then my team will sit over here. My team of let's say 5 members sits over here, decides on various points. After it decides on various points, means that meeting comes up with 5 points. After these 5 points, we refine those 5 points, and next time when we discuss, again we'll be sitting. So there'll be around 3-4 meetings or 3-4 refinements, we call it refinement. First refinement, then second refinement. Again these 5 members will sit, and when we sit for the next time, okay, we will discuss only those 5 points which we had come up in the earlier meeting. Okay, so only those 5 points. From here, what happens? We come up with, let's say, finalize on 2 points. So now we finalize on 2 points. Okay, I'll just write the points now. 2 points. Okay, one sec. So here there are, let's say, 10 points, 50 points. Okay, 50 points. From here we refine to 5 points. Second meeting. From second meeting we refine to 2 points. Okay, means we are going on refining the scenarios. What all can happen? So that is Monte Carlo simulation. And in the end, from the 2 points we come up to the single point, which is our main answer. So that is Monte Carlo. It goes on refinement. Means this I have given you in the layman's language. Okay. The Monte Carlo simulation method calculates the change in the value of the portfolio using actual historical movements of the underlying assets starting from the current value. Now see here, the answers are similar to that earlier one. Projected historical movements of the underlying assets using the current value of the assets. Actual historical movement of the underlying assets starting from the future value of the assets, and sample of randomly generated price scenarios. Answers seem to be similar. But the answers are different over here. Again go on refinement. Here we are talking of Monte Carlo simulation. Means here various points are considered. All the points, all the required points, all the required scenarios are considered. All the things which can happen in the world are considered over here. So what all things can happen? Can happen. See here, Monte Carlo simulation is can happen. Look at this. This is futuristic. Okay, Futuristic. So can happen. Can happen. Now when I say can happen, then what happens? This history goes off. History is of no use to me. Okay. Now the answer can be only this: actual historical movements of the underlying assets starting from the future value of the assets and sample of randomly generated price scenarios. Now the real fight is between C and D. Think of it. What can be the answer for C and D? What can be the answer? Either C or D. Think of it. Yes? What do you think? The correct answer is, think things here. Again, apply the elimination method. Monte Carlo simulation means it can happen. Whatever things can happen in future. That is Monte Carlo. Okay. So whenever you think of future, firstly eliminate the history part. Now you can see the history part. You can look at this C, but there's the word of future. That's why I've kept it. Otherwise, C is also elimination. So the answer over here is C is also gone. So the answer will be D. Sample of randomly generated price scenarios. Remember, randomly generated, because what all Monte Carlo simulation is used for checking the future scenarios. These 50 points, 50 scenarios will be randomly generated. Out of these, various thinkings will be done, discussions will be done, and then we'll come up with, here I've given the example of 5. We can come up with 25 first. From 25 we can come to 5. From 5 we can come to 2. That's the way it goes. Okay. So the answer is D over here. In which of the following methods to calculate a change in the value of the portfolio, the user has not to make any explicit assumptions? Not to make, remember, not to make any assumptions. No assumption is required. No assumption is required means what? It means that directly whatever are the facts, use the same. Whatever are the facts, use the same. Think over it now. Answer is very easy in this, and it means I give you the hint also. Whatever are the facts, use them. So where are the facts? In which method are the facts? Correlation, historical simulation, Monte Carlo simulation. A and C both. Correlation and Monte Carlo. A and C both. Generally we have a tendency in exam, whenever we see this A and C both or all of the above or something A and B like this, so we tend to answer that A and C or A and B. Comment section. Give me in the comment section, everyone. Give it in the comment section. So it is. Many of you have the tendency of typing A and C. So the answer is not D. Remember, A and C both is not the answer. Either A, B or C. But now we are talking of what? Only facts. No assumptions. So no assumptions is a part in history. In history, do you make any assumption? No, right? So B is historical simulation. This is the answer. In historical simulation, the user does not have to make any explicit assumptions. Okay? Which of the following is the usefulness of VAR? Means value at risk is used where? Why VAR is important? So, number 1, good tool for fund managers to for protection of customer businesses. Okay, good tools for fund managers to protect the customer businesses. So that is the first answer. Second one, think of it. What is the second one? Yeah. I'll make it a bit simpler. Okay. Think of it. By the time you read, what is the answer? Now give me the answer. A good tool for fund managers for protection of customer business translates portfolio exposures into potential profit and loss impact. A vital component of the current best practices in the risk management. Meets the external risk management disclosure and expectations. 1 to 4 all, 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 4 only, and 2 and 3 only. Okay, let's discuss these 4 options. Good tools for fund managers for protection of customer business. Is it a good tool? Value at risk. I gave you that example of value at risk. Reliance 3000, 5% fluctuation, 150 here or there, right? So total 300. So if I know the fluctuation of any stock or any commodity, will I be able to protect my, or not protect actually, no, protection is, will I be able to minimize my risk if I know the fluctuation? Yes, I can. So that's why my business funds will be protected. So A is the answer, 1 is the answer, right? So that's why this is the right answer, 1. What about the second? Translates portfolio exposure into potential profit or loss impact. How much can be the profit, how much can be the loss by the fluctuation of that Reliance share by 5% here and there? Definitely that I can predict, right? Means how do the banks predict that this year our profits will be around this and this? How do the banks predict? Banks predict based on your VAR. Okay? A vital component of the current best practice in the risk management. So current best practice in the risk management. Remember, VAR is the best tool nowadays available for any banking calculation. Any banking. Okay? So C is also the answer. Meets the external risk management disclosure and expectation. So this is the important condition in the Basel norms. External risk. Basel norms consider systemic risk, very important. Systemic risk is an external risk, which is not because of you. It is basically the settlement risk. Okay, means systemic risk is a part of your settlement risk. So it meets the external risk management disclosure and expectations, which are required by the Basel norms now. So the answer is all 1 to 4. Correct? 1 to 4. Remember, this external risk management disclosure is an important part in the Basel 3 now. Basel 3, remember. Basel 3, I'll write it. Basel 3 is an important term. 1, 2, 3, okay. Important term, and all the banks are now following Basel 3. Okay, those who don't know, we are all at Basel 3 now. So that's why I'll again tell you, join the paid classes. Okay, here we are covering all the important points. The process where the model based VAR is compared with the actual performance of the portfolio is known as backtesting, stress testing, downside potential and duration. Think about it. This I won't answer now. Let me see how many of you answer first. And answer is, I've given you the hints in this session only. The process where the model based VAR is compared with the actual performance. Actual performance. Okay. Where do you base it with compare it with the actual performance? It is done in back testing. Again, back testing, we see here, what is back testing? Back testing means consider the scenarios for last 10 years. Means period can vary. I'll consider it for 10 years. Somebody can consider it for 5 years. Somebody can consider it for last 50 years. Okay? Like COVID. COVID didn't happen in last 100 years, but then it happened. Suppose if I compare, all the banks were comparing their portfolios for last 10 years before COVID. But what happened? One COVID year, last 10 years, I'll give you a simple method, okay? Last 10 years, the fluctuation in the markets was this way, somewhere like this. So last 10 years, there was not a major fluctuation, but COVID came, and what happened? This fluctuation went down like this. So suppose if I consider, if I would have been over here, okay, then I would have thought nothing can come like this. I'll just consider this much VAR. So my historical calculations or back testing was comparing this actual performance over last 10 years, these 10 years. Okay, but what happened? This is the example of stress testing. Stress. This is the example of back testing. Back means comparing your immediate future, immediate past somewhere. But stress means if something which has not come up in last 10 years, if that comes up, then what? That's the use of Monte Carlo simulation. Monte Carlo simulation is used to check various unseen scenarios. So the answer over here is actual performance of the portfolio. It is compared with this, so it is back testing. So back testing is used for limited purposes, for normal trading conditions. Normal trading. I can't use backtesting for the extreme trading conditions. Okay, we call it a tail theory. Okay, we can't use it for the extreme conditions. Okay, which of the following is used to determine the possible changes in the market value of the portfolio that could arise due to non-normal movements? Non-normal. Normal means what? I just gave you that example. Backtesting, normal. Non-normal means backtesting, stress testing, downside potential and duration. Backtesting, stress testing, downside potential and duration. Remember, downside potential means what? Downside potential means what? Now here, you all guys will get confused between C and B. Okay? B and C you'll get confused. Non-normal movement. So where do I use this? In which method do I use this non-normal movement? It is this. So this stress testing, this is the non-normal movement of this like COVID. So this is checked in what? Strictly back testing is not the answer. Duration is not the answer. Okay, duration is totally different concept. Okay. So what is it? Stress or downside? Stress or downside? The correct answer is yes. The correct answer is stress testing. Remember, just now I gave you this meaning of the stress. What has not happened up till now? That's what is the meaning of this word non-normal movement. What has not happened up till now can happen, and that is used in stress testing. So in stress testing we use various scenarios now. Can this graph go up to this part or up to here? Can it go up to here? So what all scenarios can be there? That all scenarios are tested over here. Okay. So stress testing is the answer. And the last question for today. Which of the following techniques are covered by stress testing? Which techniques? By stress. Okay. Simple sensitivity, scenario, maximum loss and EVT, extreme value theory. 1 to 4 all, 2, 3 and 4, 1 and 4 only, 2 and 3 only. So which are covered over here? Think. Now the answer is simple. Stress testing covers simple sensitivity. Sensitivity means what? Fluctuations. Now these are means these we are having again deep meanings in it. Today I won't be able to explain you. It will take much time. Simple sensitivity, scenario, maximum loss and EVT. EVT is extreme value theory. Extreme value theory means what can be my maximum extreme losses. Maximum loss means what? What can be my means no profit and all losses. You had the similar concept of maximum loss in your JAIB. That was called as, there were total 11 concepts, right? Remember them? 11 concepts in your accounting. Matching concept, then historical concept, then your entity concept, right? Then dual accounting concept. And one of them over there was conservative concept. Conservative. That conservative concept means this. Okay? It means that. It means this. So one of the approaches over there was conservative concept. Okay? So that conservative concept is similar to that of this maximum loss theory. So what is the option over here? The option is correct. 1 to 4 all. Okay? All of them are considered in stress testing. Got it, everyone? Shall we move on? Friends, welcome to Adda 24/7. We are in the Achiever series for BFM. Here we are covering all the important theory, numericals and objective questions. And remember, today we'll be covering the objective questions, very important ones, okay? So don't miss it and watch the series till the end. Okay, let's start. Okay. The dash isolates the short-term impact on the portfolio's value of a series of predefined moves in a particular market risk factor. The dash isolates the short-term impact. Very difficult question. Very difficult. Okay. First only it is a bouncer. Let me see how many of you can give the answer. The dash isolates the short-term impact on the portfolio's value for a series of defined moves in a particular market risk factor. Isolate. What is isolation? Isolation means like this. COVID. Suppose here, this is my market trend going on. Okay. And COVID happens. So this is one-off situation. This is isolation. So this isolation is done by whom? Simple sensitivity test, scenario analysis, maximum loss and extreme value theory. So who does it? Think of it. Who does it? Yeah. Oh, I know many of you are typing this answer. Extreme value theory, EVT. Because why? I'll tell you the reason behind this. Why are you typing extreme value theory or maximum loss also? Some of you are typing. Because you see, simple sensitivity means simple. Simple. We all go by this English logic. Simple means simple. It will be simple something. Why will it cover this extreme something different? But the answer is different. The answer is the same. The answer is simple sensitivity. Simple sensitivity test is a test which can isolate. Remember, it isolates the portfolio's value of series of predefined this moves in a particular market. So simple sensitivity test is the right answer for this. Didn't I say it's a bouncer? First question itself was a bouncer. Today we'll be solving some numericals also. So that's why watch this till the end. Okay, numericals are still there. We'll be covering numericals. Okay. The dash, okay, next one. The dash specifies the shocks that might plausibly affect a number of market risk factors simultaneously if an extreme but possible event occurs. Plausibly means what? That will definitely. Plausibly means definitely, surely. These big words do come in your exam also. Number of market risk factors simultaneously means at once. Simultaneously means at once. At same time. I'll call it simple. Same time. Okay. So at same time. If an extreme but plausible event occurs, means what? What do you mean by this? See here. When COVID came, what happened? COVID. Few things happened. See here. First, health issues, health condition, deaths. Deaths were there. Health issues were there. Health. So it's always said in English, okay, that whenever the bad things come, they come at a worst time. So deaths were there. Then second was economy. Economy immediately went down. All your interest rates immediately went up. Bond prices went down. So economic problem. Then immediately third one, home. Isolation. Everyone had to sit at home. No work. Means work was there. Except the bankers, right? Bankers had to work at that time also, isn't it? Bankers are the, what we call, Amar, Ashwathama. Amar whom hai, right? Don't you think so? So bankers were working at that time also. The dash specifies the shocks that might surely affect number of market factors at the same time if an extreme situation happens. So what specifies? Simple sensitivity, scenario analysis, maximum loss and EVT, extreme value theory. So which one gives you the answer over here? What all scenes can happen? What all situations can happen? So who can give you this? Again, I am seeing many of you typing this EVT. No, EVT is not the answer. This is not the answer. So is it C, maximum loss? Maximum loss theory is different. That will be studying someday. Or that's why I say join the classes, paid classes, very lowest cost. Okay, join the classes. The answer is this: scenario analysis. Scenario. Various scenes. I gave you that hint. Various scenes. Number of market factors means number of market risk factors means what? All these are risk factors. Death, health, economy, isolation. There can be many. You can go on and on. Right? So we in scenario analysis we consider various scenarios. If this happens, what? If all the three come together, then what? If two come together, then what? If there's a fifth one, then what? That is known as a scenario analysis. Very important parameter while calculating the while we do the calculations for the various risk factors. Okay. So the dash specifies the answer is scenario analysis. Next one. The dash approach, see this, all of them we are covering, assesses the risk of the portfolio by identifying most potentially damaging combination of the moves of the market risk factors. So most potentially damaging, okay. So dash approaches the risk of the portfolio by most potentially damaging means which can affect me the most. Highest, hit it where it hurts, right? Or hit it hard where it hurts. That's what is the logic. So most potentially damaging combination. So what will be the same? Now the answer will be what? Many of you might have guessed it, right? What can be the answer? Okay, I'll give you the hint. Either it is C or D. C or D. Now, many of you might be thinking A was the first answer, B was the second answer. So now the answer will be C. So you might click C, but some of you might think reverse. That no. How can the answer be so simple? So the answer will be D. So most potentially damaging combination. The answer is C. C is the answer. Maximum loss. Okay, maximum loss is a combination. So here what do we see? All the 3, 4, 5 factors whichever was there, like the death happening in the COVID situation, the interest rates going up, then the countries facing the economic recessionary problems, right? People facing the isolations. All these came at the same time, and because of this, what all can be the impact on my economy? Total impact on my economy. So that is known as a maximum loss theory. Okay. The dash means, and the dash is the means to better capture the risk of loss in extreme but possible circumstances. Very simple now, isn't it? Now you say, sir, we know it. Move on, right? Move on. Move on. See here, the hint is also given. Extreme but possible circumstances. Extreme means extreme value theory. So see, look at this. Why did I cover these questions? Because I wanted to show you all the four methods. Okay, simple sensitivity, what is the use? Scenario, what is the use? Maximum loss, what is the use? And extreme value theory, what is the use? Okay, so that's why these four are of utmost importance, and these at least two of them are asked in the exam. Okay. Universal Bank had purchased certain bonds which it wants to sell now. Now, Universal Bank had purchased some bonds. So there is a bank which had purchased some bonds. Now it wants to sell. The bank expects some fall in the price of the bond. So now the bond is, let's say, might come down, the bond prices. Bond prices, no, what is this bond price and everything? Whenever I am in a bank, I'll have to purchase some bonds for my CRR, SLR, or even for my proprietary purpose. Proprietary means trading book. There are two books. One is banking book, second is trading book, isn't it? Okay, let me show you. Books, there are basically three books, not two books. but generally we call two: bank book, and second is trading book, trading, okay, book, right? Bank book and trading book. So in bank book, what do I purchase? I do purchase the bonds for compliance purpose, CRR, SLR. What do I add in this bank book? I add the various banking activities in this bank book. Means whatever income I get from my banking business. Trading book means here I purchase the bonds for, we call it proprietary purpose. Proprietary purpose, we call it, right? So trading book, proprietary means what? For my own profit and loss, P&L. Own P&L means I buy some bonds and whenever I feel the rate is high, I'll sell it. So that is for my P&L purpose. There is a third book called as merchant book. Merchant. But we generally, it's like that keeping the ledger of that customer. Means how many, let's say I'm having the customer Reliance. I'm having the customer Tata. I'm having the customer, let's say Airtel. So what all business, what all services I have given, what all products they have purchased from me, what all bonds I have purchased on their behalf. Understand this, what all bonds I have purchased on their behalf. Because that record is to be kept separate because these bonds are not my bonds, these are their bonds. So that is known as a merchant book where I keep the record of the merchants of my clients. Okay. But what is the answer for this now? Universal Bank has purchased certain bonds which it wants to sell now. The bank expects some fall in the price of the bond. Which of the following type of risk is the bank facing? Liquidity, market liquidity, asset liquidity, and credit risk. Very not difficult one. Okay, type. Yeah. So what is the answer? What do you think? Okay, let's look at it one by one. Liquidity risk. Liquidity risk means what? Nobody is ready to buy my bonds. Nobody is ready to buy my bonds. For example, if I give you the bonds of, let's say, which company? Some Kingfisher Airlines, Vijay Mallya's company, defunct long back, right? That defaulted. Suppose if I'm having some bonds of that and I tell you, sir, please buy those bonds. Will you buy it? Liquidity risk. Nobody is ready to buy those. But here, what are they saying? That this expects some fall in price. It means there is no liquidity risk. It might be sold at a lower price. Market liquidity risk means, market liquidity means what? Is the market facing a cash crunch? Cash crunch means there's no money in the market. Nobody is ready to buy. Why? Because of some serious issues. Anything. The RBI might have raised the rates. Whenever RBI raises the rates, there's a liquidity crunch in the market. Okay, so there might be no money. So is it so? No, it's not, nothing given like this, that they are facing the market liquidity risk or something. No, means there is a RBI has raised the rates or some problem has happened because of which there is no money left in the banking system. Nothing like that. So B is also not the answer. What about C? Asset liquidation risk. Yeah, that can be the point. Asset liquidation risk. Why? Asset liquidation means what? As my asset, specifically for my asset. What is my asset? The bond. Bond is also an asset which I have purchased. So this asset liquidation, I'm trying to sell it, but it is getting sold at a lower price. So that is known as the asset liquidation risk. So C is the answer. But what about D? Why not D? Okay, I have explained you all these terms. Let me explain you the last one also, credit risk. Credit risk is always of two types, remember. One is counterparty risk. Counterparty means we call it default risk. Counterparty. And second one is country risk. Always remember, credit risk is of two types. These two parts actually. Country risk means what? Your counterparty, suppose if you have sold some material to somebody, so that party might not be able to pay you because of what? Reason number one, the party itself is bad. It can happen. The party is bad. The party is a fraud. So that is a counterparty risk. But what about a country risk? It might happen that your party is in Afghanistan. Afghanistan, The party is good. But what does that Taliban says? No, 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 no. Don't give money outside. So that's why there's a country risk. Similarly, North Korea. Similarly, now Pakistan, Sri Lanka. What are these? These are all the country risk issues. All are the funniest part is, okay, how many of our neighbors are facing the country risk issues? Name them in the comment section. How many of our neighbors are facing the country risk issues? I'll name them. Okay, chalo. Pakistan, yes. Sri Lanka, yes. Maldives, Maldives is also a neighbor. Yes, that is also facing the problem. Nepal, again yes. Then which one? Bangladesh, okay, still it's okay. Still it's okay. I'm not saying it's very good. So all our neighbors are in the same line. Only India is standing tall over here, right? That's why we should be proud Indians. All of you should have a pride about India. Because in this so difficult situations, we ourselves are the ones who are just standing tall. Okay. So coming back. So the answer is asset liquidation risk. Got it? Okay. Now we'll be solving two numericals over here. 1 day VAR of a portfolio is 50 lakhs with 95% confidence. In a month of 6 months, assuming 125 working days, how many times or days the loss on the portfolio may exceed the value of the portfolio 50 lakhs? This question will be surely there in your exam. Okay. So 1 day VAR is 50 lakhs. 1 day VAR is 50 lakhs. Means what is 50 lakhs? It means how much can I bear? If I am a bank, I can bear 50 lakhs, up to 50 lakhs if the loss goes, then I am okay. But I am very much concerned if the loss goes beyond 50 lakhs. So up to 50 lakhs, I have taken in calculations up to 50 lakhs. Okay, right? Above 50 lakhs, 50 lakhs, concern. Okay. So now the question is, how many days will it be above 50 lakhs? That's what we have to solve now. So what do you mean by this? How to solve this? See this 95% confidence. What do you mean by 95%? What do you mean by percent? Percent means 100, right? Percent is 100. So 95% means what? 95% means out of 100 days, 95 days, my loss is within 50 lakhs. Within 50 lakhs. Okay. So out of 100 days, for 95 days, my loss is within 50 lakhs. So for how many days is it above 50 lakhs? If for 95 days, it is within 50 lakhs. For how many days it is above 50 lakhs? Answer in the comment section. Simple. First standard maths. Out of 100, 95 are within 50 lakhs. So out of above 50 lakhs is 100 minus 95. So 5 days. See here, out of 100, 5 days, my loss is above 50 lakhs. So this is a concern for me. 50 lakhs, right? So this is a concern for me. Concern. Now in 100 days I am having 5 days. So what is the number of days given over here? In a period of 6 months, assuming having 125 working days, it's given 125 working days. It's strictly mentioned 125 working days. So don't consider this 6 months. Otherwise, what will you do? 6 months, sir. 6 months means 30 into 6, 180. So 180 days. But no, don't consider 180 days. It is given 125 days. So in 100, I am having 5 days as a risk part. See this. What will I call this? In 100 days, I am having 5 days as risk. Right? Because this is my risk. Up to 50 lakhs is no risk. Okay. So in 100 days, I am having 5 days risk. So in 125 days, how many days will I be having the risk? So this is a direct proportion. It will be more. Always remember the difference between direct and indirect proportion. In direct proportion, we have dn upon n, right? So I'll multiply this. So it will be 125 dn means denominator into numerator, right, upon numerator. So 100. See, this is numerator, this is numerator. 125 into 5 cross multiply upon 100. So it is what? 125 5 is, what is that? 500, 625 upon, so 6.25, 6.25 days. So this is my answer. For 6.25 days, okay, my portfolio will exceed, okay, my 50 lakhs for 6.25 days. Isn't it? This question comes for 1 mark. And if you know the basics here, I have taken here almost 3-4 minutes to solve this. In exam, it will take hardly 10 seconds. Why? Because you know it. If you know it, it's very easy to solve. 100 minus 95, right? Simple, 5 days. In 100, 5 then 125, how much? How much? 6.25, right? Simple. A 5-year 10% semi-annual bond has a basis point valuation of 125. So yield has decreased by 5 basis points. What is the profit or loss due to this increase? Now, very simple. Let me write it. V simple. Third V also. You can write 5 V also. V simple. But you must know it. Only then it is simple. Otherwise you don't know. You can't solve it. Firstly, you need to understand what do you mean by basis point valuation. Basis point value. What do you mean by this? Basis point value means the change in the price of the bond. Let me write it over here. BPV means what? BPV means what? Change in the price of the bond. Change in price of the bond. Okay? Change in price of bond. For what? For this 100%. So 0.01%. Look at it, 0.01% change in the rate of interest. Change in ROI. ROI means benchmark rate. Benchmark means, let's say repo. I'll give you a simple example as repo. For 0.01% change in the repo. So it's called as 100th%. Actual word is 100th. Means you divide 1% into 100 parts. Okay. So that way, that much percentage change in the interest rates or in the repo rate, if it happens, then what is the change in the price of that bond? That is BPV. So that's why you need to understand here, there are two methods for market risk. One is BPV and second is duration method, modified duration. You need to learn. That's why I'm saying join the paid classes. Cheapest cost is it's available. Means it's less than the cost of your pizza. Okay, isn't it? So that's why join it. Okay. So coming back, what is the answer for this, everyone? Now I told you the meaning of BPV. So now give me the answer. What does it mean? What does the question say? BPV of 125 means what? If there is a 0.01% means 1 BPV change. 1 BPV means what? 0.01%. So if there is a 1 BPV change, let's say change, okay, then the price of my bond changes by, price of the bond changes by 125 rupees. 125. That's what I said over here. So now what have they given? If my BPV is decreased by 5 basis points, so now for 1 BPV I am having the price change of 125. So for 5 BPV I'll have the change of what? What will be the change? So it will be simple. 125 into 5. This proportion. So it is 625. 625. So that is my profit, isn't it? So this is my answer C. Remember 625, just multiply it. Okay. Now the problem over here is profit or loss. That is the question. Profit or loss, C or D? Now understand one thing. Okay. See, I gave you directly the answer because I'm doing this for many years. That's why I know it's a profit. Now I'll give you the logic behind this. See this. Whenever the interest rate falls, everyone pay attention. Whenever the interest rate falls, interest rate goes down, the price of the bond goes up. Price goes up. So whenever the price goes up, I'm in a profit. Suppose if I had brought this bond for 100 rupees, now the price is 105. So I'm in profit. I'll sell it, isn't it? So that's what the meaning is. What is given? If the yield decreased by 5 basis points, the interest rate, yield means interest rate. Okay. There are various names to the same word. Yield, interest rate, then YTM, asking rate, various. Inflation also some books call it. So that is also anything is called. Okay. Market rate. So the interest rate, yield, or anything you call it, decrease. So interest rate has gone down. So price will go up. So I'll be in profit. So that's why my answer is 625 profit, not loss. Because many of you might have got confused in C and D, whether it's profit or loss, right? So it's profit. Okay. Hi friends, welcome to Adda 24/7. We are in the Achiever series for BFM. In this series, we are covering important theory, numericals, objective questions, case studies. So follow the series till the end. Okay. Let's start. When a credit risk from assets such as loans, bonds, financial lease, etc. is unbundled into commodity and traded in the market separately, these are called as. Now look at this. These type of questions come to you in exam. Okay. These type and these when these come to you in exam, it's very difficult. Okay. Now think over it. What do you think is the answer? Yeah. So when the credit risk from assets such as loans, look at this, loans, bonds, finances is bundled into commodity and traded in the market. Unbundled into commodity and traded in the market. So it is called as what? Credit derivatives, credit enhancement, synthetic securitization, and collateralized loan obligation. So what do you think is the answer? Yes. Unbundled into commodity and traded in the market separately. Unbundled into commodity and traded in the market separately. Means here it means that I separate the commodity and the derivative part. So then it is called as, the answer is credit derivatives. The real answer is this, credit derivatives. Okay. When the credit risk from the assets, all these, is unbundled into commodity and traded in the market separately, these are called as credit derivatives. Okay. What is synthetic securitization? There are two types of securitizations. One is simple one and second is synthetic one. Okay. So we'll have these details later when the question comes. Under credit derivative, which of the following parties does not match? Now does not match. Which of the following parties does not match? The originator of the credit assets, that is bank, is called protection provider. Now we want the false one. Okay. The originator of the credit assets, that is a bank. Bank is always the originator of the asset, means what? Who creates the loan? Loan is created by the bank. So that is called as what? Protection provider. Is it so? Think over it. I won't give the answer right now. The party that provides protection from the risk is called as protection seller. Okay, protection seller. Okay, think over it. Means this is the insurance company. The party that provides protection from risk. This is the insurance company. So B is talking about insurance company. Third one. The loan assets which become the base for the credit derivatives are called as reference obligations. Means suppose if I am giving the insurance or derivative on home loan, then that home loan is called as reference obligation. So is this correct? Last one. The default or prepayment or delinquencies, etc. are called credit events. Now think over it. Does not match. We want the wrong answer. Which of them is false. Okay, we want the false answer. Now think over it. Which of them can be false over here? Think. What do you think? Okay, I'll explain you one by one. Okay. First, I want to explain A. I'll start from D. The default or prepayment or delinquency and delinquencies, etc., are called as credit events. So that is right. Credit event means what? Any event which due to which my credit changes. Either it becomes NPA or it gets closed or anything. Okay, so that is known as a credit event. So that is true. C1. The loan assets which become the base for the credit derivatives are called as reference obligations. So that is also true. Why? Because what is the reference here? Firstly, understand what is the derivative. Derivative is always derived from the commodity. Remember this word derivative. Word itself says derivative. So it is always derived. It doesn't have its own base. Derived. Derived from the commodity. Okay. So derivative is always derived from whom? It is derived from either it can be a commodity. Now derivative can be of anything. Can be of stocks, can be of commodity, can be of dollar. But remember, everything becomes a commodity. Derivative does not have its own existence without a commodity. It is based on the commodity, right? So, do you know that creeper on the plant, this is a tree, and then there is a creeper. That creeper just moves around this tree like this, right? All those valley, we call it valley, bale. Okay, so these are creepers. So these creepers don't have their own existence. They will surround the tree. They need a tree. Similarly, derivatives are creepers and commodity is a tree. Derivative can't have its existence without the tree. Okay, so the loan assets on which the credit derivatives are based is called as the reference obligation. That is correct. The party that provides protection from the risk is called as protection seller. So insurance company is what? Insurance company is a protection seller. It is selling the insurance, selling the protection to the bank. And this one is not correct. So this is false. A is false. All the remaining ones are true. Here also true, here also true. So the originator of credit assets, that is bank, is called as the protection provider. No. It is taken as it is called as the protection taker or protection buyer, you can call it. Okay, it is called as the protection buyer. Okay, that is known as protection buyer. Okay, got it everyone? Very important terms over here: protection seller, reference obligation, and credit events. Three important terms have come to you. And any of these three can come in the exam. Okay, got it everyone? Clear? Are you finding it difficult? No, no? Which of the following statements in context of the credit derivative transaction does not match? See this. Again, I think so similar one? No. Question is same. This is regarding credit derivative which following parties does not match. This is context of credit derivative does not match. Okay, we want which one is false. The settlement can be physical settlement or cash settlement. So what about the derivatives? Can the settlement be physical or can it be cash or can it be both? So the settlement can be physical or cash or anything. What do you say? Is it true? The settlement can be physical or cash also? Yes. For example, if I buy the derivative of gold, okay, gold, and if I take the delivery, then I'll have to get the gold, physical gold in my hand. Okay, similarly for agri commodities. So it can be physical or it can be cash, anything. Physical. If I don't want a commodity, then I can take the cash, equivalent amount of cash. So this is true. Okay. Which is the second one? In physical settlement, the protection buyer delivers the reference asset to the protection seller. Just now what did I tell you? Who is protection buyer? Protection buyer is a bank. So bank, now we'll read it like this. Bank delivers the reference asset to the protection seller. Who is the protection seller? Insurance company. So is this correct? That is correct. The protect, okay, let me see. Delivers. Does he deliver the, means do I give this this delivery of this of the do I give the delivery of this home loan? So this is correct, delivers. Okay. So the protection buyer, here it's not actually the insurance company. It is called as a CDS company, credit default swap company, or a derivative company, or it can be called as any. It's basically it can be a merchant bank also. Whoever company gives you the protection. Okay. So it can be a separate insurance company. It can be a separate risk buyer company, underwriter company. It can be anything. So this is also true, because bank will have the asset. It will give it to that protection seller. In physical settlement, protection seller delivers the par value and interest to the protection buyer. What is all this? In physical settlement, protection seller means, who is the protection seller? Insurance company. Insurance company delivers the par value and interest to the protection buyer, that is bank. Is it so? Will insurance company deliver the par value and interest to the bank? Insurance company has nothing to do with all these, right? Insurance company will only come in picture if there is a credit event, means there is some risk happening. So this is false, and we want the same one. But let's look at the last one also. In cash settlement, the protection seller means again who? Insurance companies. Insurance company pays the loss suffered to the protection buyer. That's right. Means if there is any loss because I have taken the insurance, and while settling the transaction, if there is any loss to me due to some any event which is covered under that insurance, so that insurance company will pay me the difference. So this is also true. So the correct answer, which is false, is C. In physical settlement, the protection seller delivers a par value and the interest to the protection buyer. That is false. Okay, that is false. Got it, everyone? Next one. International Swaps and Derivatives Association, ISDA. This is an international body which controls or gives directions to the derivatives and swaps. Okay. ISDA has defined credit events to include which of the following? So ISDA says which of the following are credit events? Credit event, just now we saw it, means any bankruptcy, any prepayment, all these were credit events. Now what does ISDA say about it? Bankruptcy, obligation acceleration, obligation default, failure to pay, repudiation or moratorium, and restructuring. So which of them fall under the category of credit events as per ISDA? So what is the answer? Which of them falls under the definition of credit events? Now 3 events we have already seen: prepayment, then NPA, right? 2, let's remember 2 only. So 2 of them might be here only: obligation, repudiation, restructuring, obligation, acceleration. So what is the answer? 1 to 6 all, that is A. B is what? 1 to 5 only. C is what? 1 to 4 only. D is what? 1 to 3 only. So what is the answer? A, B, C or D? Remember, 1 to 6 all, that is the correct answer. 1 to 6 all. Bankruptcy, that is a credit event. Because in bankruptcy, what happens? The loan becomes NPA, right? Obligation acceleration means what? Obligation acceleration, fast speeding of that loan. Okay, speeding of the loan. So what will I do? I'll try to cover maximum loan in a shorter period. Obligation default, the other party is not ready to pay. Failure to pay, again the same meaning. Repudiation or moratorium. Moratorium means I give certain stoppage over here, or I give some certain halt for making the payment, moratorium, right? And restructuring. This is generally in NPS. So the answer is 1 to 6 all. All of them are the credit events. Okay. Which of the following is a credit derivative? Which of the following is a credit derivative? Credit default swaps, total return swaps, credit linked notes, and credit spread options. Which is a credit derivative now? Credit derivative, huh? Credit default swap, total return swap, credit linked notes, and credit spread options. Yeah. What is the answer? Okay, I'll give you one more option in this. One second. Has it got hanged? One second. So, I'll give you the fifth option. Let's see, huh? All of the above. All of the above. Okay. Now you tell me. Which of them are credit derivatives? I'm getting this from various students. Sir, fifth option is not there. Because all of them are the derivatives. So credit default swap is a derivative. Total return swap is a derivative. Credit linked note is a derivative. Credit spread option is a derivative. So that's why all of the above is the answer. Okay. Got it, everyone? All of the above is the answer. Clear? Which of the following is not the purpose of protection buyer, which is served by the credit derivative? Now, not the purpose here. I don't. Which of them is not the purpose of the protection buyer? Who is the protection buyer? Just now I told you bank. What is the purpose of bank while buying any derivative? What is the purpose of bank? Suppose if you want derivative means, let's say, insurance. If you want to buy, you buy the insurance. Why do you buy the insurance? So that if there is any event, unseen event, you can get money for that unseen event, right? If you buy this insurance for your car, for your bike, if there is an accident, then you can get the money, right? So why does the bank buy this derivative or this insurance product? It will buy to serve that credit risk. So what is the option? See here, we want not the purpose, not, okay? Diversification of credit risk, hedging of credit risk, hedging against credit risk, transfer of credit risk without transfer of credit asset, better portfolio management by reducing the concentration in the market. Think over it. What should be the answer? Yes. What should be the answer? Not the purpose, not. Okay. First, before checking what is not the purpose, let's check what is the purpose. Okay. So hedging against the credit risk. Is it the purpose? Yes, hedging is the purpose. Why? What do you mean by hedging? Minimizing the risk. Minimize. Hedge means minimize. Minimize is known as hedging. Okay, minimize. Transfer of credit risk without transfer of credit assets. So that is also true. Whenever you buy, let's say, I'll give you a simple example. Whenever you buy the insurance of a bike, of your bike or your car, do you transfer that car to that insurance company? No, isn't it? Without transfer of credit assets. So that is also true. This is also true. What about D? Better portfolio management. So that is also true, because credit derivative will give you a better portfolio management. Because what happens if you are too much exposed on one sector, and if that sector fails, then your entire loan book goes down. So in that case, we buy this the credit derivative, or insurance, you can call it in simple terms. So this is also true. So which is false then? The false is the first one. Diversification of credit risk, that is a false answer. This is not the purpose of credit derivative. Diversification of credit risk can be done through, how will I achieve diversification? By better portfolio management. Diversification, it will be achieved by better portfolio management, means avoiding concentration. So number one, avoid concentration, right? Avoid concentration, that is known as diversification, right? So better portfolio management, and next is better portfolio management. Better means what? There are various words to this, okay? Various Greek terms to this, alpha, beta. Mainly alpha and beta are checked, okay? Better portfolio management. Portfolio, okay, management. These are the two best ways of doing the diversification. Generally, alpha and beta of the stocks or of the elements of that portfolio are checked, okay? Which of the following is not the objective of protection seller in the credit derivative? Now, not the option of the protection seller. No, remember the important words. Not the objective. Protection seller means, keep it simple, insurance company. Okay. Insurance company. So now, which of them is not the objective of insurance company? Yield enhancement, speculation, relief in regulatory capital required for credit asset, arbitrage in case of credit derivatives, derivative instruments are inefficiently priced. So which of them? 13th one. Not the objective of insurance company. Now yield enhancement, that can be the objective. Why yield enhancement? What is yield enhancement? Yield means basically returns. A return on my investment. That is basically yield. So every company, every business in the world will try to achieve this. So yield enhancement, this is true, but I want false. Speculation, this is also true, because these companies do indulge in speculation also. So this is also true. Relief in the regulatory capital, this is false, because regulatory capital is a part of protection buyer. It is a duty of protection buyer. So this is the objective of protection buyer or the bank. So this is false. Arbitrage in case of credit derivative, that is true, because arbitrage is an important word. Arbitrage, this is required for each and every company. It's for the protection buyer also, it is for the protection seller also, okay? Arbitrage, so this is true. So the only answer which is false is relief in the regulatory capital of credit asset. This is not the objective of protection seller. This is the objective of protection buyer. Always remember, okay? A transaction in which the credit hedger means protection buyer, means bank. Keep it simple. I'll give you simple words. Bank pays a periodic premium to the investor, protection seller. Okay. Now here investor is called as protection seller. It can be protection seller, can be insurance company. Pay the periodic premium to the investors. Here, this protection. Why did I give you the name insurance company? Because the insurance is a product which you know. But similar to insurance, there are other companies. That is underwriter. So that is also a part of insurance company also. Underwriter or investor. Investor means who? Not you and me. The one who invests in that risk or that credit, whichever is given. Okay. So look at this premium. Remember this word premium. Premium is paid to whom? Insurance company. So this is the insurance company. So the transaction in which the bank pays a periodic premium to the insurance company in return of the protection against the credit event experienced on the reference obligation is called as what? Total return swap, credit default swap, credit linked note, and credit spread option. What is it called as? 14th. Yes? Everyone, what is it called as? Think over it. against the credit event, means if in case there is a NPA, my loan becomes NPA. So in that case, only this insurance company will pay me. So that is known as credit default swap. Default. Okay. So that was an important question. These were the all YT series. Now before going, let me show you. Go to the join the victory batch. Okay. In victory batch, we are covering all the numericals, objective questions, case studies, all the compulsory subjects of your CAIIB. You can join the CAIIB Mahapack 2.0 also. In Mahapack, what you get multiple batches, plus ebooks, plus test, everything. Let me show you. And presently, huge discounts are going on. So go to Adda 24/7. Say this. I'll always suggest you to go through the app. In the app, what happens? You get 1% extra using the coin systems. Okay. So using the coin systems, you get 1% extra. That's why join it through the app. Okay. So go to Adda 24/7. Look at this. Go on. Click on JIB and CIB. Done. Now click on your CAIIB. Right. Click on the CAIIB June 24. Here you will see the batches. Look at this victory batch, English. Click on this batch. All the numericals, objective questions, case studies covered, ebooks, test series, online live classes, expert faculty. You can go through the product details and use the code Y432. Look at this. Click on buy now. Put the code Y432. Click on apply. Look at this. You are getting 77% off. Plus, if you use the app, you get 1% extra. 78. Okay. You can join the Mahapack also. In Mahapack, what happens? You get multiple batches. Look at this. JIB, CIB, Mahapack. Click on the CIB Mahapack 2.0. Here again, you will see ebooks, test series, videos, recordings, experience faculties, everything. Go through the product details. Again, click on buy now. One sec. Let me show you. See this over here. Click on buy now. Put the code Y432. Y432. Click on apply. Look at it, 77% off. So you'll be getting 1% using the app. So join it immediately. Okay, Mahapack. You get multiple batches in the Mahapack. Okay. Tomorrow I'll be back with another series. Till then, keep studying and do join the batches.